Hello, everyone. This is Ramesh Dontha with the AI Entrepreneurs and Unlocking the AI Advantage podcast. You can get our YouTube channel on AI Entrepreneurs, or you can subscribe to our newsletter for our content, or of course, you can listen to our podcast as well. And today I'm going to talk about agents. Well, it's 2026. What else do you expect? But recently, you might have seen that everybody and anybody is coming with an agent that can do the work for you on your computer. So we looked at OpenClaw, we looked at the Perplexity computer, and now today I'm going to talk about OpenAI's new release. This is the GPT 5.4 that you might have heard or seen that got released the first week of March. So they released GPT 5.4, the first AI model that can reliably use a computer, that's your computer, better than most humans on real desktop benchmarks. This is not just another slightly smarter chatbot. That's what we are used to in the past, but those days are gone. But it's not a smart chatbot update. It's a visible shift toward agents that can actually do your work for you, right? So that's what Perplexity Computer is, OpenClaw. All of them are doing agents that actually complete workflow is done in these agents. And GPT 5.5 delivers that. So let's look into it. All right. So on the OS world verified benchmark, that is the benchmark that actually measures how well these agents are performing, and navigating a desktop with screenshots, mouse, and keyboard. GPT 5.4 scores 75% versus a human baseline of 72.4%. Right, a baseline human being is able to do this, taking screenshots and mouse and keyboard and all that input, and but the OpenAI 5.4 agent does 75%, a tad better than the human beings, the baseline. In other words, the model is now better than the average person at clicking through apps, menus, and dialogues to get tasks done. So OpenAI also reports that GPT 5.4 matches or beats professionals across 83% of evaluated knowledge work tasks spanning 44 occupations. That is huge. So if you take about 44 different kinds of jobs, OpenAI's GPT-4 has measured how well in certain professions, how the professionals are performing, and how their model is performing. And it's 83% of the evaluated knowledge of the professional. That is a pretty significant percentage. So from finance to healthcare and operations, that combination, human level professional output plus superior desktop navigation, is what makes this release different from previous smarter text model upgrades, right? It's all about agents. So what changed in GPT 5.4? What 5.4 does is it pulls together three strands that used to live in separate models: advanced reasoning, coding, and native computer use capabilities. These were three separate strands, but it combines all of them into one release and one agent kind of operation. It can operate software through screenshots, clicks, and keystrokes, and not just APIs, right? So as if a human is actually going and performing these tasks, and handle huge contexts up to around 1 million tokens, the API, so it can plan and execute long workflows, right? So one of the things that the agents have been doing is that keeping the context, and then they need to have large number of tokens so they can continue the long workflow. And it can also use a new tool search system to pick the right tools and demand, cutting token usage by about 47% in tool heavy agent workflows, right? We have seen where different models work for different purposes. Like for coding, there's certain models that work, certain tool may be there. For just say surfing through clicking, so it's a different model, right? For expert knowledge, then you need a different tool, right? But this particular release can do the right tool search and find the right tool for your job. So for end users, GPT 5.4 thinking in ChatGPT now shows an upfront plan for complex tasks, so you can steer or correct mid-response instead of starting over after a long answer you didn't want. That makes the model feel less like a chat partner and more like a junior colleague you can interrupt while they work, right? Because now we're talking about the complete workflow, not single task or single chat here. So let's look at some of the real world use cases. Okay. So remember, 5.4 can both think and click. So entire workflows start to look automated. So one of the examples, financial realm. So you can build multi-sheet models, different sheets, pull data from integrated sources, and update assumptions directly inside Excel or Google Sheets via the new ChatGPT spreadsheet integrations. Now each tab can do a separate job and then pull the data and come up with the particular sheet needs to do. Second is legal and document heavy tasks. In legal, of course, you need to be able to parse long PDFs, extract key clauses, the terminology that is there, and compare versions and draft edits while maintaining structure and citation chains, right? So then you need citation, and then you could have different versions. Then you need the version controlling. All of that is possible for legal heavy work. And for software development, you can combine codex level code generation with playwright style UI automation to build, test, and debug apps directly in the browser. So right on your computer and directly in the browser, you could do all that. And let's also take an example from operations and back office. Log into legacy portals, move data between systems, and generate reports even when there is no clean API and only screens. That's also possible with a 5.4 release. Benchmarks like Web Arena Verified and online Mind 2 Web show GPT 5.4 setting new highs in browser-based task completion, as well reinforcing that this is not just a lab demo. This is actually a real stuff, right? So we have moved past lab demos long time ago. All right. And by the way, so let me just say this. If you like this video, and if you like the updates that we're bringing, and if you have not yet subscribed to the AI Entrepreneurs newsletter, this is probably the time for you to subscribe. And so why I believe GPT 5.4 matters for knowledge workers. Two numbers tell the story. GPT 5.4 is 33% less likely to make false claims and 18% less likely to have any factual error in a response compared with GPT 5.2. Okay, so that is very important because I know there's a human in the loop and then the human has to verify and all that stuff. But if you have a comfort in your mind saying that, hey, this is more accurate, it's making fewer mistakes, then it's better for you, right? So that is what, according to their release. The reliability jump is what makes let the AI run this workflow end to end feel less like a stunt and more like a reasonable business decision, right? So hopefully you don't have to look for the reliability aspect of it because it's doing a better job in this release. If you are a knowledge worker, this changes your day in three ways. One is you spend less time on click work. So filing, copying, formatting, logging, this agent can do for you. And second is you move up a level to specifying outcomes, what you want built, analyzed, and drafted, as opposed to telling it what you want to do. Instead of tasks, you can say, this is the outcome I want. The third thing is your leverage comes from oversight and judgment, not raw speed at the keyboard. Now you can focus more on what came out of the outcome, and then you could do the oversight and judgment, and that's where, as opposed to specifying what the workflow itself and what needs to be done. So today GPT 5.4 still needs supervision and clear constraints, especially in high risk domains. Of course, that will always be the case. I think that's a caveat we should live with. But the line it crossed, consistently beating humans at operating a generic desktop, is a clear signal of where the next wave of productivity gains and job redesigns will come from. So hopefully we're all ready for these agents that are coming. And if we're not, our job will be eliminated. So hopefully you'll get the message from that. And until next time, this is Ramesh Dontha.